In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at your homepage. Most people make the mistake of leaving their homepage as whatever the browser comes with. Or maybe they change it to Google, or Yahoo, or Facebook, or something else. We're going to look at why that's a mistake, and there are many reasons. Then we'll look at the alternative, along with a quick and easy step-by-step how-to. Here's why it's worth the minute or two it'll take to fix. 1. Security. 2. Speed. 3. Sanity. And if you're thinking your homepage is no big deal, we'll also dispel that myth and show what's really at stake. First, security. One of the most common tactics malware uses is to silently change your homepage. Why? Money. A lot, and I mean a lot of search engines, yes, even Google, offer search feeds to companies. When they do, they pay the website they've given their search feed to for more searches. So, often without the search engine's knowledge or approval, these third parties with search feeds use malware to change your homepage to be theirs. Sometimes they're not very clever or discreet about it, and you suddenly find your homepage is something like searchtheweb.co, but you don't bother or don't know how to change it. But other times they're clever. They might change your homepage to be something like thenewYahoo.com or google.com.searchfind.com. But they make it look like the real Yahoo or Google. Only now when you search, they're monitoring everything you search for and everything you do. And they're getting Google, Yahoo, Bing, or whatever company they got the feed from to pay them for your searches. It's huge business. Huge. I've seen it happen so many times I've lost count. One company using this trick was doing hundreds of millions of searches a year and making millions this way, changing people's homepage and stealing the searches. But by setting up your homepage the way I'm going to show you in a second, you'll know in an instant if anything has changed, giving you another way to tell if anything fishy is going on with your PC. Number 2 is speed. Change your homepage the way we're going to show in a second here, and rather than waiting for your PC to grind away loading your current homepage, your browser is going to open faster and be ready to go faster. And your browser will load faster every time you open it. Number 3 is sanity. Once you get used to your browser opening faster and you're not waiting for it to do nothing, you'll spend less time waiting for what someone else wants you to look at. One of the biggest time sucks we all have is letting someone else choose what we do online, which is exactly what happens when we leave MSN as our default homepage, or anything else for that matter. The stories, the links, the pictures, everything they put there is designed to keep you there. Clicking, scrolling, reading, commenting. More eyeballs and more engagement mean more revenue for them, and less time for you. So why not wrest control of what you do with your time back from them? So you decide what you do with your time online. No matter your reasons, if it's security, speed, or sanity, there are a million reasons to make the change. Let's get started. Okay, so we've got DuckDuckGo set up in a browser here, so we can put a minute on the clock and see how long it takes for us to start Firefox with MSN as the home page. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not bagging on MSN. I've got nothing against the site, the company, what have you. It's just a particularly good example because it's so common and because it is just such a big, heavy page to load. If this is your default home page, as you can see here, it's reading, waiting. All this stuff has to be downloaded every time you open your browser, which is one of the main reasons it's so long. Here we are almost 30 seconds in, and ads are finally starting to finish drawing. So we're just going to stretch this out, make sure the thing is fully finished drawing all the ads and page elements. Okay, now let's fix this. So we'll click the bars in the top right, go down to Options, and once we're in Options, no matter what browser we're in, but here in Firefox, we're going to look for Homepage. Let me just stop the clock here, reset it. Okay, so we're going to look for Homepage, and we're going to change this here to show a blank page instead. So next, we're going to get rid of the home page by changing it to About colon blank. Every time you load now, the page is only going to show a blank screen. You'll see the browser address bar and everything you need to, but rather than waiting for MSN to tell you what to look at and for the thing taking forever to load, make it start with nothing. Just going to make sure that the settings took. They did. We'll close the browser, save it. There we go. All right. We're going to just open a couple of other things here to make sure that the Firefox isn't cached, so we're getting a false metric here when we retest how long it takes to start. Opera and Vivaldi are taking their sweet times. We're just doing this to get Firefox out of the cache so that we're not getting a false reading. That's really the big deal. I want you to really be able to see what a big difference this is going to make in how quickly your web pages load, how quickly your web browser loads. Okay, put the minute on the clock, hit start, go open Firefox. Couple of seconds in here, and there you go, it's done. Under 10 seconds, you have a fully working web browser. So we went from 30 seconds to 10. Significant difference. We've basically cut the startup time in our browser by 2/3. So let's just go back here. We'll show MSN still works. We haven't changed that. If you want to manually go back to MSN, you can do that. You're just not waiting for it every time you load your web browser. You make the choice. If you want to go there, great. Otherwise, use something better. About blank pages are the way to go. They're safer, they're faster, you get your sanity back because you're not waiting and having the thing grind away. You know if something changes because if it's anything other than a blank page, it's clear. Something has gone on with your browser. Something fishy is there. So now we're going to move on and look at doing this in Chrome, just as another point of reference. We've got the extension installed here. We're going to keep the extension. I just want you to see this as a point of reference again. So here we've got the same MSN homepage. Takes its good sweet time to load. Let's go and fix that. Hit the dots in the top right, similar to Firefox with the bars. Then we go to settings. Inside settings in Chrome, it's a little bit different than Firefox, but conceptually, it's the same idea. So here we've got this extension. We can't change anything up here with open a new tab until we disable the extension. We're just going to disable that. Open the new tab page, and we're also going to show the home button and make the new tab page change to the same thing we just did in Firefox. We're going to use our old friend about blank. About blank is the key to everything. This is going to make your browsing life faster, safer, more sane. It's just the way to go. So now that we've done that, we're going to go take a look, just make sure there's no other settings in here that are related to this, any other plugins or anything else. I just want you to get familiar with what's down here in some of these settings. There's really nothing else to change. So now that we've done this, we'll make the last little change. We're going to open a specific set of pages rather than the tab pages. We're going to open a specific set of pages. Going to set the pages. Same thing we did before, about blank. Everything is good. We hit OK, and we're done. So that's what it takes to change the default home page in Firefox, and then in Chrome. We're going to restart Chrome now, and instantly we can go back to MSN. The browser loads fast, and now we're waiting for MSN to grind away. But it's our choice to do that. We haven't been beholden to MSN for them to load and get off their keisters just to get to do what we want to do. If we want to go to Facebook instead, if we want to go to the bank, if we want to do something else, we can. Here we go, still waiting. Normally, if we just started our browser, we'd still be waiting for this stuff. But instead, we took the bull by the horns. We did it the way we wanted to with about blank. No matter what browser you use, the concepts are the same. In most browsers, there's an icon in the top right, like this, or this, or this, or this. In some browsers, it's in the top left, like this. Whatever the case, wherever it may be, change your homepage now to about blank. Your browser will open faster. You'll spend less time waiting for nothing. You'll be more in control of what you read and do online. And you'll be more clued in if your PC gets infected with malware. And keep in mind, even if you always go to the same site when you open your browser, you still can. You can even add it to your bookmark bar to get there in one click. But now, it's because you're choosing to, not because someone else has chosen for you. Thanks for watching. This is Kevin R. Smith, Editor-in-Chief of PC Antivirus Reviews, the trusted authority since 2006.